It's a venue in a city that's seen more NFL history than just about anyone else. Welcome to Lambeau Field in the heart of Green Bay. Glad to have you all with us for another dose of NFL action. Kate Scott and Brock Heward here in the booth for you. And Brock, if the build-up to kickoff has been any indication this week, man, we're in store for a good one.
Yeah, we never have an NFL game without the two sides doing a little jawing in the days leading up to it. It's the game before the game, right? Any edge that you could create. But now, well, now it's the time to kick it off, where you actually take care of business on the field, and you know that both sides are ready to go.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Here we go. Black, 95. Hut, hut.
All right, this is A.J. Dillon. And he takes it ahead for a 4-yard pickup there to begin our game.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
Set, hut, green jack. Black 40, 6, mega. Set, hut.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Looking slant. He loses the football. Oh, and they got it back. This play is still live. And they'll advance it no further. They belt him as he tries bringing that fumble forward. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice. But kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. A gain of 26 yards there. And it'll give the Packers the first.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Come on, set, ready.
Shotgun give now to Dillon. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop it behind the line. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock Heward, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Right, white. 50, quick, hut, hut.
Back to throw. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. Went for that big shot. They wanted to get that highlight the first time they touched the football.
Yeah, this group likes to be aggressive. An early incompletion's not going to deter them. Sharpshooters, they don't stop shooting threes because of one brick, and they won't stop pushing this ball down the field either.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Here we go. Trouble, 38, 37.
3rd and long for him here. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
Set, drill, green. 52.
They're going to try to throw for it. Throw caught by his running back. And he's going to be dropped with a big hit at the end of that. But the effort still sets him up with a 1st and goal.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. That's a gain of 8, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Give some credit to this offense. They almost got it done on just one play running the ball in. I got to be honest, the 1st down run often leads to 2nd down pass, but I don't think so now. Now you push that pile, go finish this drive.
And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards, brings up 3rd and goal.
That's twice now where runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you've kind of set yourself up. Actually, you've set yourself up really well for a little play action right here.
This opening drive has reached the 5. Can they find 6 now on 3rd and goal? This time he's looking to throw. And he's got it! Has a way out for it for touchdown! The Packers finish up an excellent opening series. Jason Sanders to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Sanders all set to send it away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
All right.
Stroud in the air to start us off. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He's trying to push the field. And that's sent to the ground by a defender and incomplete. Would have been one for the highlight reel, but instead, they're facing 3rd down. And it's taking chances like that help make them a postseason team, Brock. They're going to need to connect on at least a couple of those in this game.
Exactly. These are the types of plays we expect from every team in the postseason, right? Well-timed risk and an aggressive mindset that reflects the stakes of each and every game.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
So here we go. This is that aggressive mindset they've been talking about. They're going for it here. And you just get the play off. To the left and reeled in by Hopkins. And he's out of bounds on the final play of our opening quarter. That big 4th down call is how we close out our 1st quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Welcome back. We'll begin the 2nd quarter with the Texans in possession. They've got it first to begin the frame. Throwing again, it's Stroud. He'll find in his back, Nixon. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
Here's Stroud again. Has a man on target to Johnson. The stop is made, but not until he reaches that 17-yard line. It's again at 27 yards to move the chains. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
All right.
Now we're on the draw with Mixon. That is exactly why you rally to the football. He got through one tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss.
Taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and
a momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
On play action, here's Stroud. Oh, he's got it. It's in close. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans finish off their opening drive. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep, yep, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Cam Little to kick off.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35.
Down. Hut.
Now begin the drive with Dillon. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8.
He just didn't quite have the last bit of burst needed to finish it off. But don't be surprised to see them go his way again soon. And give him a chance to earn that touchdown.
Goal at the 8-yard line.
They've got 3 tight ends on this 1st and goal, thinking run or play action.
Yellow, 22. Hut, hut.
Going right back to Dillon. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Driven backward to the 11 as they line up for 2nd and goal.
Drill, 52, ready.
And here's a design run.
And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. Only 3 yards. They're going to need a much bigger play than that on a lengthy 3rd and goal.
Ready,
It's now 3rd and goal.
Let's go. Blue, 32.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Has it in close. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers take the lead just before halftime. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish for 6 points.
Sanders all set to send it away. Starting from the 5. And this gets out to the 30 before he stops.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
They've got 1st down here, but just 18 seconds to work with.
Y'all to the right, y'all to the right.
From the gun, Stroud. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Still at the 30 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
Shotgun now for Stroud. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. This one misses the tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Back to throw it.
Got a lot behind this one. Downfield it goes. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force 4th down.
Okay, I think that was the type of play we expected out of this defense to start the game. Can't undo that opening drive touchdown they gave up, but that can sure help to get yourself off the field with that 3rd down stop.
Looking to throw. He's going to try another deep one here. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. And the Packers do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Jason Sanders.
Somebody is going to the NFC Championship game from this one. Let's find out who as our second half gets underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10. Stroud off the play fake. He's loaded another one up. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans cut into the lead coming out of halftime. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans tie things up at 14.
Cam Little to kick off.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Pass play now. It's dropped down to Dillon. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From the gun, it's a give to Dillon. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 at the Texans' 41-yard line.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. He's dropping back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll give the Packers the first.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Buying some time left. Brought in close to the 8. And as he goes out of bounds, we've got a flag on the play, likely against the defense. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. Penalty helps him out a little bit as they come up on 3rd and 8. They'll air it out on 3rd. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. So that brings up 4th and long.
Sets up 4th down.
Dude, I've talked to you over the years of the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
Looking to throw. This one's caught. Smith has it. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Wow, what a call. They wind up with 12 on 4th down. They pull off the conversion.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Looking inside the red zone. Rolling out to his left. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they face 2nd down.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
He's right up next to that 1st down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
On 3rd down, they're going with Dillon. It's going to be short of that goal line, Brock, but not of the marker. They've got a 1st and goal.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead, get what you need.
He keeps it himself. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. It's still a tie ball game, 14 points apiece as we get ready for the 4th. Trying again from the 2. It's 2nd and goal. And look to run with Dillon. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Packers take a 4th quarter lead. A.J. Dillon, the touchdown. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You tried bringing down one of these NFL running backs in this case.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those horses before they find pay dirt.
This will end up as a touchback.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. It looks like they'll give him about 2 on the opening play of this drive.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. I'm a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Now it's Brown. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
He'll throw it. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Tendencies tend to show themselves, Kate, and really come to life on 3rd downs. Right? They want to go to their best receiver. Defense knows it. They know that tendency. They double it, and they make the play.
Desperation time here on 4th. Hopkins making the grab downfield. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. One of their biggest plays of the game so far, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
As a quarterback, you just know in that situation when you go for it on 4th down, it may mean sometimes throwing into double coverage. But if you're going to go for it, at least give your guy a shot to make a play. And against really long odds, he came up with a big-time catch.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Texans down by 7. They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now. To the air, Stroud. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
He'll look to throw it. Bails out of the pocket quick. And there's that slide at the end, Brock. Good decision-making there as he picks up close to 8 on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Trying to set up the screen for Mixon. And in he goes for the Houston touchdown. The Texans cut it to a point late in this one. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Short pass brought in. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. It's a 29-yard gain. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Dillon, a 1st down carry. And a nice little run there gets him 5. 2nd down upcoming.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Looking to throw it. Now he's past the 25. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their 1st. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. All their timeouts left, but not much time itself. It's 1st and 10. Running out of the pistol. It's still can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
It's Dillon here on second down. It's inside the 10. And they're going to have first and goal as he gets this down to the 4. He picks up 15 on the play. And that will set up first and goal.
Packers first down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game. An entire game coming down to this try by Jason Sanders. So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game. Now it all comes down to the veteran, confidently marching out for this moment. A very short kick here from the right hash. That one is good! And barring the unexpected, that's going to be your game winner.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Sanders all set to send it away. This one winds up as a touchback, so they're going to have one final snap to work with.
At their own 35-yard line.
Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. First and 10.
Here he goes. One final shot. This is for the ball game. And this will not be caught. So their last chance heave to the end zone ends up on the ground. This game's over. So this is a Packers win.
So to the conference championship game, they go, Brock. A season that's already memorable, lasting at least one more week.
And that's all you want to do, survive and advance, and see what's ahead of you. Now in the distance, you can see the Lombardi Trophy. But you also know right here in this win
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Welcome in, everyone. Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt on the call for you for this one. And I'm sure a lot of people in attendance and watching from home, Brock, they've already got the winner made up in their mind. But I'll tell you one thing, we've got a sideline down there ready to dispel that eye test.
Well, all that talk before the game is just that. Talk. You can look at past performance. You can look at metrics. You can spin any numbers you want. But we're about ready to kick this thing off. And from there, it's anybody's game.
And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Rodgers throwing to start it off. Yeah, that's going to be incomplete. Looking at his back to start this one. So back to the huddle now for 2nd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
That's a gain of 8.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So an 0-2 start to the game for him, Brock, and not surprisingly, his team headed to the sideline after a 3-and-out.
I think it's going to take a few more incompletions before they start to panic, but that's far from the type of start they had planned for in this one.
All right, here's one of our game's first big risks. The offense lining up to go for it on their own side. Here we go, 4th down with Rodgers. And it's a turnover to begin their game. That's incomplete on 4th, and it's going to go over on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
1st and 10 from the 43. Running up the middle, Dillon. And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Buying some time right. He's got Devontae on the turf, falls out, he lost it. And the Texans have it. Has room down the left sideline. At the 20. And what a way to begin the scoring, Brock, as they take it back for the touchdown. The Texans get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. They come up with a stand in the red zone, Brock, and that defense, you could just tell, they were on a mission, not just to force that fumble, but to do even more damage on that turnover.
I think we can hear the coaches up here in the booth scoop and score. I think you can read the lips of the players on the sideline scoop and score. There was no thought to just fall on that one. It hit the deck, and everybody's eyes looked all the way down the field at the other end zone, and they worked in unison to set up a massive, massive scoop and score touchdown.
sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Drive starts with a run by Dillon. And he is stopped with authority there, but that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that 1st down. A gain of 15 there, and that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs.
A gain of 15 and a 1st down.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield. Going to the ground again on 1st. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send it backwards. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL. But it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Play action now with Allen. Fits it through the middle. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. These guys reach pay dirt for the first time this game. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level, because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. They'll pitch it to Mixon. Oh, man, he's in the clear. There he goes, right sideline. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take the lead on the first play of the drive. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Texans take the lead here, 14-7 in the first.
14. Visitors 7. Morton Anderson to kick off.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. And he won't opt to bring this one out. Content to keep it there in the end zone. They'll start their drive at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
All set to go now from the 35. They'll give this up the middle to Dillon. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
At the 40-yard line.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Allen. Ball finds his running back. It's A.J. Dillon. Down the sideline of the 45. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Okay, break.
So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter one. It's a 14-7 game. We'll be right back with more Madden Ultimate Team after this. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter two. They're looking at first down here. And Allen will hold on to this. He's across the 20, still going. He makes it in for the touchdown. My partner up here is pumping his fist after that one. That is how you run an option as a quarterback. Good read to hang on to it and do it himself.
Yeah, because I could never do that, not even close. But when the defense overplays and you run that option, you get that good 2-on-1, more times than not, they will commit to the more dangerous guy, the running back. But you leave a lane, this quarterback can do some damage as well.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. And he's going to field this one in the end zone without a return. So that's going to bring us out to the 35-yard line.
Their own 35-yard line.
Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10. Wanting to start the drive with Mixon. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5.
Blue 58.
On the ground again with Mixon. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
So after plenty of scoring already, we have reached the 2-minute warning. More from NRG Stadium in just a moment. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Hey, 88. Blue 58. Number 50. Hey, you block over here. Back north.
Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. It's caught by Wilson. Oh, this big guy is moving. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans get some late points and the lead.
Right there. That is why teams will draft tight ends and take them really high in the draft, especially when they could be game changers after the catch. That was just a dynamic effort.
That one splits the uprights. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7.
Visitors 14. Morton Anderson to kick off.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. All set to go now from the 35. A run with Dillon. Breaks through and breaks away. Still has some space inside the 35. And
This one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. It's a full 40 yards on the play, Brock, and a new set of downs.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, okay? They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play.
Here we go. 18, Pioneer. 18, Cardinal. 18, Cardinal. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. 19 tight. 19 tight.
On first down, Allen. And he's not going to escape this. The Texans take him down. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's second down.
On the set. Buffalo 18. Tight. Cougar 19. Cup 19. Cup 19.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jamel Dean makes the play. And the Texans get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. Second down coming up.
I can say this definitively. That is not the way you thank your defense for giving you the football. Don't follow that other quarterback steps and toss it right back to him. He got away with one.
So play number one almost ended this drive. Let's see what play number two has in store. It's Mixon on second down. A strong 9-yard effort there, Brock, and it brings up 3rd and 1. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Third and a lone yard coming up.
Get 300. Get 300. 250, 26. Check 30.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. Space left sideline, and he's off to the races. And he's going to go. It's a pick six. Thrown at the depth where linebackers coming to play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Right down the middle, it's good. And his guys tie this game at 21. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard line.
Go, take it to the house.
A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. Here's Rodgers coming back after the pick. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line. The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line.
At the 25-yard line.
Looking to throw. He put everything he's got behind it. Into double coverage. Ooh, don't want to do that, and he's there for the interception. Kirby Joseph picks it. And they finally drag him down, but not until after a very nice return. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
Morton Anderson to kick off.
Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. All set to go now from the 35.
18, Pioneer. 70. Rockall 80. Go.
Allen now on first down. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. That's Patrick Peterson. And the Texans take over just inside the 40. They're at the opposing 39. Well, Brock, it was an absolute battle in the first half as they played to a tie, heading into the locker rooms. And already we have the first big play of half number 2 with that INT.
Yeah, not just the first big play, but maybe the first separating play here, Kate. There's always a moment in the second half, especially where one of these teams makes the play, right? That one that we're going to circle and look back to as the defining play of the half. We may just have witnessed it right there.
Inside.
First and 10, around to Mixon. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Keeping it with Mixon. Breaks a tackle, he's still going. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's Rodgers. Got a man, this is Evans. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Working quickly here.
Gain of 18. And the Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Plant. Hey. Zone. Jump. Get 6.
They'll go with Dowdle on the run. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Call it 70 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
2nd down, looking for options. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans grab the lead on their first series of the half. Mike Evans with the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Morton Anderson to kick
The
off.
kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Hoping to help spring him for a bigger return, but he got caught, and it lessens the return instead. So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game.
Let's go. 19, Tiger, 19, Warriors, 17. Dragon, 16.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. He puts some juice on a deep. They connect on the deep shot. And he is in. Touchdown. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they have prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the uprights. And these guys tie us up 28 all.
28 all.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Has this at the 6. This makes it up to the 25.
Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Texans to the line. First and 10.
319.
Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down.
Okay, you'll often hear me talk about setting an edge. Well, think of it this way as well, especially with a bootleg. You want to be like the jaws of a defense. You want to just keep him inside. Get those jaws a-closing, and there's no escape valve for the QB then.
Might be time to reach in the bag of tricks on second down. 16 to go following the sack.
319.
Rodgers from the gun. He's going to push one deep down the right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
It's third and long. Here's Rodgers. Hits his running back. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. So third and 16, no problem for them as they get the first.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
319.
Running with Mixon out of the gun. He takes a pump and the ball comes out. And the defense has it. Defense recovers. That's a turnover.
This really should be the last place and the last down you expect to fumble on. There's still 2, 3, maybe more to work with. Just take care of the ball. Go down when you're hit and set up for second down. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game.
Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flat.
Here we go. Ground ball 80. Pass for 11, pass for 11. Cut 19, go.
Back to throw now, Allen. Short pass brought in. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. We're still tied through 3 here. Neither defense has given an inch in this one. It's been a thrilling game, an absolute barn burner that is shockingly still tied as we get set for the 4th. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Putting a receiver in motion. First and 10. Here's Allen. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Texans see their return stop just a little bit short of their own 30.
Just how many times do these games at this level, Kate, come down to plays like this? In the end, you don't want to be the team making the mistakes. You want to be the one capitalizing on them. And now this offense has got a chance to do so.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's first and 10. A give to Mixon up the middle. Wow, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
At the 28-yard line.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's second and 10.
Get 300. Get 300. This is 26.
From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll be first down, Houston. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. We're in a double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Hey, check 26. Look at the 8. Go to 50. Keep the ball moving.
He'll look to throw it. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down.
Go to 50.
Throwing now. On the move, past the 40. They're going to be set up just outside that red zone. They'll pick up a 34 yards on that play. And it'll be a first down, Texans.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield. From a good play into a great play.
Good running here as he gets him 7 on that first down carry.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Going right side, Mixon with it. Pop behind the line here on 2nd down, which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming up.
Tackle made back at the
What was supposed to move the
17-yard
chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Nice drive here. It's up to 8 plays as they get sent for 3rd and 6. Now to throw. Looking underneath here to Mixon. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this 1st and goal. They're going to run here. It's Mixon. That's a new quarterback run here. And he breaks the tie. That's going to win him this game. Brock, touchdown! Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minutes.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And, Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
Even after the penalty, they'll just move it up and kick the PAT from the 10. That kick a whole lot easier after that penalty, right? And he sent it through.
Makes the score our home team 35, visitors 28. Morton Anderson to kick off.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Offense emptying the backfield as they come up here. 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Connecting on the slant. And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. Now with just 10 seconds left in our game, we've got a timeout. New set of downs for him from the 31.
Result is a 1st down.
Back to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Texans make the play that should win them this game. That last
Well, the Giants began play all the way back in 1925. And almost 100 years later, this venue was built to house their next era. MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Glad you could join us, football fans, as we get ready for kickoff. It's Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt up in the booth. And Brock, I want you to take us back down to the field when you were a player. What are these moments like just before the game begins and you take the field for the first time?
Well, you wish you could hit fast forward. You wish you could just get to this, right? Because you are so ready to go. You've done all your work over the course of the week. And I think this is where it is a little different than maybe my era a couple of decades ago. These guys visualize. These guys self-talk. There is so much mental work being done. They've already played this game in their mind in many ways, and they're just ready to go.
And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10.
Hold on, son. Ready.
Drive begins with a run by Johnson. I'd say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing them a loss. First play of the game. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Gave away a couple on the first down run. Now it's going to be 2nd and 12.
Hold on, son.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. That is once again incomplete, and consecutive incompletions have now pushed them to 4th down.
Incomplete.
Well, I am flipping through, Brock. That certainly wasn't in the offense's opening script, but if you're a defender, just how you wrote it up.
Yeah, defensively, that was a week of practice and planning visualized and executed in real time.
So here we go. This is that aggressive mindset they've been talking about. They're going for it here. And it's a turnover to begin their game. That's incomplete on 4th, and it's going to go over on downs.
Kate, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings, because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There's not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
Staying between the tackles with Mixon. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. They'll set up here for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Texans will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Giants nothing. Morton Anderson to kick off.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10.
Hold on, son.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. He rolls to his right. That's complete to Jackson. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set. Nix from the gun. Little off centers, man, just couldn't adjust to it.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. Here he is on 3rd and short. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that brings up 4th and short.
An early deficit means you lose the runway to slowly get your offense up to speed. This offense got to get going, and that incompletion won't help.
From their own side, they're going to go for this. They need about 2. Here we go on 4th. Nix. The call won't work out. That's incomplete. We're going to have a change of possession on the other side. Mark 2-minute warning.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. It doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets a good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Jump out! Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Blitz coming for Rodgers. Has him on the quick hitter. This one nearly moves the chains, but he stopped just shy of that marker. 6-yard pickup brings up 3rd down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
That one's out and cut on the right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take a 13-0 lead.
That play really had all the elements you're looking for from a tight end, showing that he can stretch that field. With the route check, secure the catch, quickly become a runner check, and finally go finish that drive off and celebrate with your homeboys.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans drive out to an early 14-0 lead.
Giants nothing. Morton Anderson to kick off.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Giants lining things up. 1st and 10.
Get here!
They get to Johnson to start this drive. They cross the 40. Nice run there. The 30. The 10. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants lower the deficit to a single possession. Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. That's no good. The veteran mishits one rather surprisingly, and they leave a point after on the table.
Jason Myers set to kick off.
He wasn't accurate on the extra point, but he should be able to keep this between the sidelines, hopefully, as he sends this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now.
That run may not have gotten you a first. Sure, a nice little run to set the table.
Yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. A handoff for Mixon, running right. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Giants into the nickel, 3rd down.
Hey, check 26.
And the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. And before they can break the huddle, we've hit the end of our first quarter. 14-6 is our score. More Madden Ultimate Team action coming up on EA Sports. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. And they've left their offense out there, and they're going for this on 4th down. They'll go for it. Rodgers. It's caught by Wilson. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Look at that, no worry at all from their sideline, Brock. A 13-yard pickup on 4th down. That was impressive.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
1st and 10 from the 43. On the carry, this is Mixon. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you called 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Back to the line they come, 2nd down. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Completed over the middle. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They gain 11 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Houston.
1st down, Texans.
So that's going to take us, Brock, to our 2-minute warning of this first half. Stick around. There's more from MetLife Stadium on the other side. First and 10 from the 32.
319, 1030. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. 319.
Running it with Mixon. Fights his way through a tackle. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. Trying to set up the screen for Mixon. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Hey, 88, 318. Go to 50. 2.
Rodgers from the gun. Pass is caught at the 9. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
Move the chains. Got to move them chains. Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal.
26.
Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. Catch made. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans grow their lead just before halftime.
Touchdown, Texans.
3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
That one splits the uprights. And the Texans lead by 15 now.
Giants 6. Morton Anderson to kick off.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up first and 10.
Hold on, son. Hey!
They send a man in motion. Throwing on first down, Nix. Sends it to Diggs along the sideline. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. They're all just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10. Shotgun handoff to Johnson. Good rip on first down. That brings up second and 2. The Giants using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes second and 2. Shotgun snap to Nix. Flushed out of the pocket. Challenges double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Texans might be able to get some points late after the interception. A pretty tough play for him to make right there, partner.
And such a fascination with these kind of plays today, Kate.
There is, rolling that direction, but it is hard for him to deliver a pass at full power. I mean, my stomach's hurting just watching him try to get those hips around, and it is indeed picked off.
Because fundamentally, it's so unsound. It's why these passes will be underthrown, not have enough velo, float in the air. You know, fun is in the fundamentals, right? It's the first 3 letters of fundamentals. It's fun because it leads to success. You take this kind of risk, or it can blow up in your face as it did right there.
So first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it, right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball, and they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
After the incompletion, they come up on second and 10. A give. This is Mixon. Fights off the tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. And it's picked out by the Giants. And New York is making a house call. Touchdown. The Giants could make it a one-score game as they cut it to 9 before half. No one else you'd rather have scooping up that loose football. Somebody who could do some damage with it on a return.
Yeah, some poor fortune.
And it's another miss. His second extra point has been off the mark.
Jason Myers set to kick off.
So now after his second missed point after the game, he's hoping to strike this one a little better as he kicks it away. Evans now to return. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
Jason Myers.
All right, Brock, that was enough of a break. Back to playoff football as the second half of our wild card game gets underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10. Half's going to begin with a mix and run. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. 2nd down. Offense in the hurry up here.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. And that's going to fall incomplete. They wanted to get it right back to him after that run, but no luck on that throw.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
318. Number 50. Hey, you block over here.
3rd and 1. Now Rodgers. That is once again incomplete, and consecutive incompletions have now pushed them to 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Going for it on their own side, Brock. Okay, bold call, but they only need a yard. They're going for it. It's Rodgers. And they got home. Sacked him on 4th down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory. They've got 1st down here from the 36.
Captain. Hold on a sec. Ready. My neighbors.
Nick's looking to throw. On target to Jackson. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Looking quickly here.
And the Giants 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Nix. Vacates quickly left side. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. And the Texans get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game.
You know, Kay, we've worked long enough together. You know exactly what I was saying to our producer in Talkback. Circle that play. That could be the play we come back to when this game's all said and done and say it's a turning point play. You hate picks in the end zone, and you hate them in the 2nd half.
Texans to the line. 1st and 10. Wanting to start the drive with Mixon. He is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
Big play gets him across midfield, sets him up 1st and 10 from the 40. On the ground again with Mixon. Breaks the tackle. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. A good hit, but sure would have loved for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the first down.
Texans, first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Play fake. Here's Rodgers. Pocket isn't holding up. They're into the drop house. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on second down.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Gonna need something special here. Second and 20 following the sack. Now pitch it to Mixon. Taken out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
Sometimes that guy in the backfield, Kate, he can just sense it, sees it when the play's going to hit, and that time he knew it well before he received the pitch. That's an occasion where things broke right for him, and it led to a big, big hitter.
Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. This is Mixon. And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Texans stretch their lead on the final play of the third. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. Extra point sails through good. And the Texans take a 16-point lead. 3 quarters in the books from this one. And when we resume play, it'll be with a kickoff.
Morton Anderson to kick off.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up first and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. That's complete to Diggs on the slant. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46.
Hey, we're good.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
19 yards. And the Giants first down.
37.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On first and 10, here's Nix. Escapes out to the left. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
No luck on first down. Here's second and 10.
Ready.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. On the move, headed right. He finds Diggs right side. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4.
Oh, my son!
Once more, it's Nix. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Now, can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on 4th down. Desperation time here. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Texans get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game.
Okay, that's just one of those situations. It is so difficult to be a quarterback in that spot. It's kind of like being a pitcher in a 3-0 count. You just oftentimes don't win. You feel like you got to force the issue, and you force the issue, yeah, interceptions follow.
First and 10 from the 32.
balanced. And it just pops out. When you study them during the week on the game film, you just see it. They trust one another. That's head coach, that's coordinator, that's play caller, that's to the quarterback, and then certainly the 11 on the field. Both these groups are getting it done.
One step from playing in the AFC title game. This divisional round contest is off. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10.
Ready!
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. Well, maybe the rest of the game is going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Well, they went 3 yards the wrong way to start this drive out. Here's 2nd and 13.
Here we go, set! Cougar knife!
Keeping it with Mixon. He's got room to roam. Has room down the left sideline. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Now a give to Mixon. Spin move. Ball's out. And the Falcons get to it. Did not want to start like that. They get their shot to show what they can do. And they cough it up immediately, and they're off the field in one play.
Did you see what I saw there, Kate? I think I saw the excitement leave their body as somebody else was on top of that fun ball. If you're the type to believe in omens, well, this is a very worrying start to this game.
And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. It's a gain of 12 on that one, and that's a Falcon first down.
Well, more often than not, it's a passing game that's asked to go from first down to first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
First down now, ball at the 33.
Come on, come on. Hit. Bronco. Ready.
He's going to throw this one. Buys time, rolling right. Now he takes it. And he's hit and sent out right along that line of scrimmage. So no gain on first down.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Get it. 3. 60 bikes. They smash.
Here's a throw. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
9 yards to go.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Let's go.
Here he goes, third and long. Escapes the pocket. He's making a bid for it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. That defense rallied, they responded, and they forced a fourth down.
So it looks like they're going to line up and go for this, 4th and 4.
Here we go. Here we go. Go.
They'll throw for it. They'll check this one down, complete to the fullback. And they're all over him after that catch. Won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to turn it over on downs.
You go for it on fourth down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them a possession.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Inside. 319. 630. 319.
Running with Mixon out of the gun. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Hey, 626.
They pitch it to him. Up the sideline, past the 45. Works the sideline inside the 35. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans reach pay dirt for the first time this game. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Each round of the playoffs, Brock, getting some early points becomes more and more important. And they're on the board here in the divisional rounds.
Pretty tricky round for a lot of teams to get through, which makes some early momentum, to your point, all the more valuable. They're doing all they can to avoid getting tripped up before that conference title affair.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Staying between the tackles with Mixon. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Set. Ready, ready.
Setting up to throw. Headed out right. Into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he's sent out. He'll get 16 yards on that play. And that is good enough for an Atlanta first down.
Don't you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop, we're playing the same guessing game the defenses are on those kind of plays? Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job of finding that outlet.
Moss, the receiver, in motion right.
Ready.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Cut for big yards on the right side. All the way, that's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons break the tie here in the first. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side defensively they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Falcons take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10.
319. Hey, 88. 158.
Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Down the field. He's got Wilson. And he's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of one. It's an early advantage for the Falcons. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They've got a first to begin the frame. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Same guy, Wilson again. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
26.
To throw, Rodgers. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Ball still on that 29-yard line as they come up to it. 2nd and 10. A give to Mixon up the middle. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Rodgers from the gun. It's caught by Wilson. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal. In the red zone now. And this is going to be a Houston touchdown. The Texans earn the chance to tie before halftime. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. No return here. This kick's going to wind up as a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. They're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it, and that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
Going to the ground again on 1st. It's a gain of 22, and that gives them 1st and goal.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung them to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. 1st and goal here.
Cowboy 80.
They're going to run here. It's Mixon. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Needing 10 yards now as they line up. It's 2nd and goal. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Forced out to his right. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds. Took his shot at 6 that time. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup.
Yeah.
Unless you're already committed to going for it on 4th, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it to your best player.
Big moments here in this divisional round game, Brock, as they line up for 3rd and goal.
70 Lions. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Ready, right?
3rd and long for him here. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
Now, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that 1st down.
Okay, ready?
They want the touchdown on 4th and goal. They're going for it from the 3.
Here we go. Here we go. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Go.
They're going to try to throw for it. Buying some time left. And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons take the lead just before halftime.
What an absolute bonus for this offensive coordinator when you've got a QB that could create. What a nightmare for a defense as they just get run on.
They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Falcons break that tie and now lead by 7.
Texans 14.
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half. Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. Buying some time right. He tucks it and takes off. And this is a small pickup to the 39-yard line. Brought down on the play by Uchenna Nwosu. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second and 6 coming up here. Rodgers set to pass. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he's set out. He hits a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Pressure coming. Rodgers. He gets this all the way to the 25 before they stop it. All right, timeout taken by the offense. 5 seconds left, and they can take some points into the locker room on this final play of the half. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This, 42 yards from the right hash. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Kid, I don't think there's any question. This is going to be a close game when it's all said and done because it's awfully tight here at the half. And that field goal, that gives them a little more confidence running into the locker room.
So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get one final snap here in the half.
At their own 35-yard line.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
Let's go now.
Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. Somebody is going to the NFC Championship game from this one. Let's find out who, as our second half gets underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. A handoff for Mixon, running right. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Texans take the lead right away in half number 2. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Texans push their lead to 3.
Falcons 21. Morton Anderson to kick off.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. A give. This is Mixon. He's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at them and go make a point.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st down, and they go right back to it. Shoves him off. He's got room. And they take this in for the score. The Falcons grab the lead on their first series of the half. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown.
The kicker on.
There's time to chide him about poor tackling later, Brock.
And I probably will.
And you probably will. Coach probably will give him an earful about it as well. But let's not let the missed tackle take away from excellent effort he had on that run.
Yeah, it really was his effort to force that missed tackle. Okay, I think that's the key, and open the door for that touchdown. As soon as he slipped that stop, his mind was focused on one thing and one thing only, the end zone.
And this is taken in the end zone, but not returned, so they'll bring this out to the 35. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10.
26. Green 18. Green 18.
Rodgers to throw. That pass complete to Moss. Into the red zone. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take the lead on the first play of the drive. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the second half. It puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Kicking team out to try the extra points. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans push their lead to 3.
31. Falcons 28.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10. Wanting to start the drive with Mixon. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
Let's go.
1st and 10, run to Mixon. And this hasn't been a common side out of him tonight, but the defense wins this rep. He's limited to no gain on the carry. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
On the jump.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Ready, go.
Working now from the gun. Caught by his fullback behind the line. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
You know, kid, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Got it. Ready?
Texans bring out an extra DB on this 3rd down.
Go. Let go.
They're throwing it. Complete beyond the marker. Escapes a defender. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. They get 23 on that one. And that's a Falcon 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Ready.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
Ready.
On the carry, this is Mixon. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Offense up to the line fast.
60 by 6.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd and manageable. He's throwing. Dump off to his fullback. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons take a lead just before the end of the 3rd. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Texans 31.
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Back now, pressure coming. Finds a seam down the middle. Big man showing up the yards. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take a lead just before the end of the third.
I got to say, with the type of throw that took, and then where he made that catch, it had taken all 11 defenders and maybe a couple extra from the sidelines to keep him out of the end zone. Not only did he earn it, felt like he deserved that touchdown.
Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Texans push their lead to 3.
38. Falcons 35. Morton Anderson to kick off.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. A give left side. Here's Mixon. He's off to the races. Still fighting forward. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a lead just before the end of the third. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. That one right down the middle. And the Falcons take a 4-point lead.
Falcons 42. Texans 38.
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10. Going right side, Mixon with it. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. It's Texans ball. We'll see if they can come up with something and stave off elimination. First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That one intended for Joe Mixon. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Back to throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a 1st down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down. Desperation time here. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
Well, this play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. QB still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10.
Ready. Cougar 19.
Running left is Mixon. And they will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons keep their drive alive and reach Pater one play later. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. He broke the tackle he needed to, Brock. And how about that effort then to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on a stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one. The last line of defense. And in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop. Because a broken tackle can mean a touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons drive their lead to 11. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Jeremy Chin has got it. And the Falcons will take over along the midfield stripe after the interception and return. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
Now a give to Mixon. Still has some space inside the 35. And this play's nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it.
It's a gain of 20.
An excellent gain. 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Trust me, we really have no stake in the game up here in the booth. We don't root for anybody, but at times for great execution. And I'll speak for both of us here when I say this, Kate. You can't help but be amazed watching some of these runs. All the chaos on the field, all the massive humanity you've got to sort through to make a big play on the ground like we just watched.
Keeping it with Mixon. That's a nice running there on that 7-yard gain. Make it 2nd down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Ready.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Falcons up by 11.
Touchdown. Make something happen. Come on. Big play. Big play. So close. You're so close. Let's make a play. Come on.
Second and 3 now.
Get it.
On the ground again with Mixon. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss.
Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. They'll throw, 3rd and long. Chased out to his right. The Texans closing in, and they get to him. He ends up out of bounds, but it's behind the line. That is a sack.
He's forced out
And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down. The lead looks safe, but the Penals staying down. They're going for this. 4th down. They're going to throw for it. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Texans have some new life in the 4th.
Okay, I think you can almost sense a little bit of a hesitant spark out there. Nobody is going to get too excited. You're still down 2 scores, but there's a little flash of hope. A little flash of optimism. Their defense just gave the offense by taking the ball away.
Wilson on the slant. And this gets them well away from danger as he is up past their 20. The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line. First down throw here by Rodgers. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack drives them in the wrong direction, partner, ahead of their 2nd down.
That was a situation where I think the previous drive, really affected the decision-making there. Coming off a pick, he wasn't about to challenge the coverage. Instead, well, he just took his medicine.
Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Down the field. Evans has it. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield.
A gain of 33 yards on the play. And the Texans first down.
First down. Here's Rodgers. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Put the body on the line for his team.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Here he goes, one final shot. Down the field, he's got Wilson. So the Falcons defend their building and take the win at home. And their run through the playoffs has reached the penultimate stop on the tracks. The conference championship game next week. And they're going to need the same type of effort from this game, Brock, to carry forward to reach the end of the line and earn that Super Bowl appearance.